Guys, it's BW and we're back out in the garage. We've been putting out shorts, but I figured we're due for a long video to give everybody an update on our project. For those of you who are just coming in, we're working on currently a 1970 Nova. It's really rotted out. Don't mind the mess, guys. I am limited on space and I'm like just putting stuff wherever it'll go right now. I've been working on the driver's side, but we took a break on that today just to come over to the passenger side. I wanted to pull the inner and outer fender off. That way I was planning on sending the inner fenders and rad support over to get them media blasted and powder coated. It's a no-go for this radiator support. It's really rotted out, guys. If you look down in there, the whole bottom of it's just gone. So I'm gonna go in and order a new one, and we're gonna get a new one powder coated. I'm on the fence with the inner fender wells. We'll look at those together, and I'm trying to decide if I just want to get new ones of those and get those powder coated as well, because there is some rust. It's rotted through right underneath where the battery tray would be, the normal places. But I'm thinking about it, so we'll go out and look at those in a minute together. You can see I got the doors closed right now, and that's because the wind is howling out there. So when we do go out, I apologize in advance for the wind noise we might encounter. We're not sure yet. I'm also off subject for a second. I am taking that deck lid off of the 55, and I'm going to take that over to the guy too. Not to get powder coated, but he said he could media blast it for me, because the inside of it up into the inner part of it's got surface rust in there, and there's no way I can get to that stuff. And I'd rather have it media blasted and then maybe treat it with some stuff and get it in epoxy, just so we do a little something on the 55. All right, so back on topic to the Nova. Let me get underneath with the flashlight positioned, and I'll show you guys what we got going on. All right, you guys can see we got the inner and outer wheel wells in place. I mean, they're not tight, like the joint right there needs to be squeezed up a little bit better, but they do match, right? And everything's pretty much lined up where it goes. We're doing the best we can. A little tiny bit of it is guesswork, only because this quarter was hung so poorly by the previous owner that I have no way of knowing. And I'll show you, the door gap is crazy, and there's a few other things going on there, but you guys can see it matches up to the rocker really good up front there. And it's just overall the way it fits. I'm feeling like if we're not perfect, we're darn close, right? So the only thing left to do now is mark out the weld holes, pop some holes in it, and then we'll plug weld this all together. And I was planning on doing that in the next day or two. Come out under here and we'll go inside. I apologize for that. I bounced somebody around there a little bit, but you can see the rocker's in place as well. And let me, for you that are just tuning in for the first time, let you look. Hang on, let me shut the door a little better. You guys can see how tight and how awful that is at the bottom, and then it opens up here, and it's just the way this quarter was hung. All right, so let's take a look inside the car real quick. I'll show you. We're really close. You can see we got the outer and inner wheelhouse right up against the rocker. It fits really nice. You can see the bottom of my inner quarter. I cut that off a while ago. It was rotted up that far. It was really bad, because once you get a hole, if you think about it, you get a hole in those wheel wells, and the water, salt, and everything was just spraying inside there between the two quarters over time. And it just, that the sill of that rocker was not even there. There was excuse me, sorry about that. There was actually nothing there. So you can only imagine. I was looking online, and I found somebody that makes these inner quarters. It's the first time, because they never used to make them. I even asked the Shop 209 guy, and he said nah, that they usually harvest off of something else when they needed to bottom, but this new outfit makes them, but they want $400 for it. I mean, it is an intricate stamp. But you guys know how cheap this sheet metal usually is for these things. But this inner quarter is 400 bucks. So I'm thinking about getting it, and instead of patching the bottom, I'm gonna call them on Monday and see. I want to see everything you get. So, but I'm right there where I think that's what we're gonna end up doing, just because the rot was so bad, and I think it'd be a higher quality repair if we just got a new panel. All right. So that's where we're at with that. I'm looking to weld the rocker and the inner tubs in this week. All right. I was looking up front here, and a couple people, like Don's Hot Rod Garage, was asking me what the original color of the car was. Well, there it is. I believe that's isn't that autumn gold? Is that what they called that? And any of you guys that are watching might know. I believe it's autumn gold. I was deciphering the ID on it too. We were made in Michigan. This car was a 6-cylinder car originally, and I was finding out a bunch of cool stuff about it. And it's like it's the 174,060th Nova built. But it's got a little Chevy 350 in it now, but originally it was a 6-cylinder car. You know that by the, I think it's the, what is it? The 113 is a 6-cylinder Chevy 2, I believe. I'm not like a super decoder guy, but some of you Chevy guys, you can correct me in the comments. I do know that looks like autumn gold, and I do know it was originally a 6-cylinder car built in Michigan. Those are the things I'm positive about. All right, I think now we want to step outside. I apologize in advance for the wind noise, guys. It's really windy today, but I want to get out here before it gets too dark. All right, and show you. Look at these inner wheel wells, or inner wheel fenders first. And this is like where the battery tray goes. So it's like right under the battery tray. You got this big rot hole here, and we have this rot hole right here. And the only other rot hole I could find is right below this mounting bolt hole right here. But it does have quite a bit of surface rust on it, and there's a few spots where it's a little heavier, but overall, if I could fix those two things, and they are under the tray, the battery tray, then it might be worth it. I don't know. It's like for both of them to get here is 250 bucks. It comes down to my time, because my time is limited, so I might just get new ones. And another reason, I'll show you, this is the driver's side. This is super heavy pitted right here. I mean, it's almost ready to go through. And it's like other things, it's like, these got these clip-ons, and somebody welded a nut on here rather than buying a clip-on. I don't understand why. But that's another factor. And I mean, the skirts, I have to get those anyway. They're the arm skirts, I guess they are. They're pretty rough neck, but that's not had nothing to do with the metal part of it. So I'm on the fence about whether I want to fix these or just forego it and get new ones, and get the new ones powder coated. The fenders, I was really disappointed in this passenger side. Once I got it off and got looking, you can see this is Bondo that came through. They got holes here, so they must have made drill holes, or that's where, I don't know. I was thinking, well, maybe there was some kind of trim there at one time, but it's the same thing down through here. This is all Bondo coming through, and it's really rotted up through here, and back through here as well. So I'm leaning towards getting a new fender. I might get both. I mean, AMD makes some pretty good stuff. This driver's side fender never fit that car right. It's about a 1/4 inch short, and it's an aftermarket fender. It's fairly new. A couple things, like it's like I don't know, it says .R, made in Taiwan. Okay, but look at the marker hole on it. It's too small. It's like, so this must be, is it for a different year? Again, I'm reaching out to the Chevy guys who might know. I mean, is it just a poor reproduction? Because look at this is the size of the markers for a 70 Nova. and this little tiny markers on this one. So, but they're like 350 bucks each. So I don't have to buy these right now. I got so much work to do. I'm not worried about those. I do want to get the inner fenders and the rad support and get those in powder coat, only because I'm going to see that guy this week anyway to drop off the deck lid for the 55. So it's kind of like, why just make one trip? Now here's the battery tray. Now the battery tray's got a bunch of surface rust on it, but it could be cleaned up. They're only like 30 bucks, but I'll get this cleaned up and powder coated. It's missing the clamp and bolt, but they're only $9, 10 bucks. So, you know, stuff like that. I'm gonna get that powder coated, and I was gonna see if he'll do the hinges too. I don't know. Do you think I should get these powder coated or just paint them? I don't know how the spring would react to powder coating and then stretch and open and closed. Would it pop it right off? I guess I'll ask the guy when because I'll take him over there and see what he says. I was going to give him these to Media Blast too, but what's the point? I know what's underneath there and it ain't good. So, all right, that's where we're at with that. Go back inside. Hopefully the noise wasn't too bad. I apologize. Like I said, the wind did calm down for a second, but wouldn't you know, the second we go outside, there's a jet flying over top. It's just that's my luck. That's BW Garage's luck. There ain't none here. All right, but that's where I'm at with the car, guys. I'm gonna be putting out some more shorts during the week. Like tomorrow I'll probably put a couple out, because I'm gonna pull that inner and outer wheel tub back out, punch the holes, put it back in, and we're gonna make some welds and get it all welded in. And I'll just show you guys, like, I'm not gonna fast forward through it all. I feel like if I just dart you a short here and a short there and blend it in with an update like we just did now, walking around looking at stuff, I'm hoping that works out good for you guys, because it seems like it's working out pretty good for me. All right, if you like the content you're looking at and you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it sure does help me. So until next time, take care, everybody.